Hi Bruce, we are here today to talk about Yagan Square. Can you tell us what Ramus's contribution was to the precinct?
Yeah, there's 4 elements that we were a part of. There's 3 low resolution displays and 1 high resolution display. The low resolution displays are 2 canopies, and those are over the main amphitheater. They're the shape of an ancient lake that existed there before Perth was built, and we skinned those with light on both sides. And the purpose of those is really to activate that space at night, to really develop the quality of energy, which is seen in the color and movement, gentle sort of texture of light in that space. The third low-res display is a set of reeds on a tall cylindrical tower. Those reeds, there's 14 of them total, that reference the 14 Noongar tribes of the indigenous nation in WA. Below that is a high resolution, relatively high resolution 16 mil LED screen, which is a cylinder. It's 15 meters tall and 27 meters around. Those are the 4 design elements, and we also did content for all of those.
And can you also tell me the scale of the canopies?
The canopies, there's a large one and a small one. The large one's about 1,100 square meters. The small one's about 40 square meters. And then the reeds are about 30 meters tall, and those have lights all around them as well.
And can you talk about, because it's a really interesting shape, as you said, it signifies, represents the ancient lake that used to run through Perth. There'd be some challenges with being able to put content on a screen of this shape. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the mapping is always a challenge with an amorphous shape that's not a normal 16 by 9 or 4 by 3 standard video aspect ratio. But we do that quite regularly. It's not that difficult for us, and it essentially, the mapping, the really accurate mapping allows us to move imagery and texture over the surface at will. We also have a lot of interactive works there, so that as people enter the space, they cause disturbances in the content itself, so that it essentially reflects the energy of the space constantly in real time.
Right. I understand too that with the content, there's content that's been produced by Ramus. So maybe you could talk a little bit about what the inspiration and the themes are for the content, and also that there's other contributors outside of the Ramus produced works. If you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, sure. There's the bulk of the initial content package, what we call foundational or textural content, and that was really seeded in collaboration with the Whadjuk Working Group, who are the Indigenous representatives in WA. And so the themes and storylines were really established with them, and ourselves and Torstein Derting, who's a fantastic DOP, set about shooting the area. And what we, basically the land, the water, the urban context, the rituals and texture of the culture. And the main focus of that was the texture. We didn't want sort of literal representations of rituals and often seen depictions or tourist views of the space and of the area around Perth. We really wanted to show recognizable images, but seen from a place you'd never really seen. So detailed high frame rate textures. So we shot everything in 200 frames a second. When we captured that detail and slowed it down, they run for hours, these pieces, and it really starts to change the rhythm of the city. It's at such a scale. As I said, it's 15 meters tall, and the pieces move so slowly and are so gentle that it starts to change the way people think about image-based light and video. That's the first part. The second part is mainly curating other artists and other institutions, educational institutions and community groups and art galleries to help sustain the content part of the precinct. So that gives what I consider a social sustainability aspect to the content.
Because of the fact that the community are contributing, and
Correct.
This is the local community that...
Correct. It's local, regional, and then eventually it will broaden out to national and international commissions. So if you think of this space as a digital art gallery that is curatable, and so it's a beautiful initiative that really seeks to develop interlinking connections between the creative community and the general public, between the government and the people. It's really a project that at every turn has sought to discover and develop those connections.
Great, thank you.